40 laps to go. Greg Biffle is going to take the green flag back in 15th place.
Well, with the double file restart, that means actually started in 30.
It's a long way to go, that's for sure.
A lot of cars to pass.
18 cars on the lead lap. Kyle Busch, the leader in the 5. The 11 is Paul Menard. He is the first car one lap down in 19th place. 00 Jason Leffler, torn up door panel and all, is the second place runner.
Now, there's no saving tires now.
No.
Kyle Busch has got to go as hard as he can because you know Sauter's back there lurking. You know he's been fast all night. You got to put as much space between him and you as you possibly can.
And here comes Sauter alongside Mike Bliss in 20. That's a battle for 5th.
Those are the two guys on the same tire strategy from earlier. Remember, Bliss had beaten Sauter off pit road. And now Johnny's gotten around him. So Sauter to 5th, Bliss back to 6th. And next in front of Sauter will be Kenny Wallace in the 23. He has kind of quietly moved into the top 5 through all of this shuffling of strategy.
With 37 laps to go, I think now that the car to beat is Johnny Sauter. I think he's been able to work his way back to the field of cars, and he has a car fast enough that he probably can pass the 4 cars in front of him.
One thing that we haven't seen is how fast Kyle Busch is out in clean air. You know, he might be, we just don't know. Right now he's in clean air, he's cutting good lap times. We just don't know the difference between the 27 and the 5, but certainly as fast as the 27's been all night, he's probably the favorite.
Around Kenny Wallace to 4th is Johnny Sauter.
He's got to pass Bobby Hamilton Jr., he's got to pass Jason Leffler, and then he's got to pass Kyle Busch. He's got to pass really, really tough cars.
How about the race leader, Marty?
He's pretty happy. He came on the radio under the caution, said the car feels excellent. Lance McGrew off the point Jeff Burton brought. Now we have clean air. I think the car will be even better for you. The last 3 years, Alan, the winner of this race has gone on to win the Busch Series Championship. Maybe an omen for Kyle Busch if he can stay out front tonight.
Well, it was this team 1 year ago that went to victory lane here with Brian Vickers as its driver. They came into this race a year ago, 132 points out of the lead in the championship. It was their first series win together. They went on to win the championship at the end of the year.
All right, let's check on Greg Biffle. We see there he is behind David Stremme in 32. Biffle is trying to take over the 9th position with those fresh tires, and looks like he's going to be able to do it. But Greg Biffle is 6.5 seconds behind Kyle Busch at 5.
Biffle needs to get a bunch of cars, have a caution to let him close back up on the leader, and then regroup and go back at it with enough laps left to do something about it.
Sauter goes by Bobby Hamilton Jr., goes into 3rd. He's less than 3 seconds behind the leader, Kyle Busch.
Pretty clean racetrack between him and Kyle too. There's only 1 lap car in between them and of course the 2nd place car. So things are working out pretty good for Sauter right now.
So Johnny Sauter trying to march toward the front. Greg Biffle trying to pick his way through traffic, and Kyle Busch is leading as we come up to 30 laps to go at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Lance McGrew is crew chief. Did he make the right strategy call tonight? Check our Stacker 2 NASCAR Busch Series track fact. Indianapolis Raceway Park with 3 different race courses. Of course, the oval track that you've been watching tonight. The NHRA drag strip where they have the U.S. Nationals. And then, back around like this and in through here and over there is a road course.
Yeah, I was here in 1969 and helped film the movie Winning on that road course. Paul Newman, Robert Wagner.
Really?
Yeah, we were background for that movie.
While you guys were talking about the road course.
Yeah. What happened?
The 27 got by the double Z.
Really?
So he is coming.
Oh, he's in 2nd spot, but he's about 3 seconds behind the leader. Can he catch him?
22 laps to go, now 21. Kyle Busch, the race leader. Johnny Sauter is 2nd. Greg Biffle has only managed to get back to 7th, and this could be big.
I think this is an advantage to Johnny Sauter, because I think he probably will be able to get through the traffic a little bit better, because he doesn't have any points to worry about. Where Kyle Busch, second in the NASCAR Busch Series points, has to worry about being easy through this traffic.
And they race the leader harder. You know, the leader is going to put you a lap down. Once the leader goes by you, the next guy to pass you, he really doesn't hurt you. So they're going to they're going to make the leader work harder to pass you if you're getting ready to go a lap down.
Well, Kyle got through that one pretty easily. Curtis Davis in the 0, Michael Waltrip in the 99, giving the leader plenty of room. So he got through that little log jam without a lot of holdup. And his advantage over Johnny Sauter remains a little bit over 2 seconds, 2.09, as we work inside the final 20 laps.
And Johnny Sauter caught a tough break that time. He ran across 2 slow cars off 2. That might have cost him a third of a second. And right now, he can't afford any third of a second holdups.
There's the gap, first to second.
It cost him 0.2 of a second. That hiccup in turn 2. Curtis Davis in the 0 car, being overtaken by Johnny Sauter.
Kyle Busch second in the NASCAR Busch Series Championship, but he has been out of the top 10 in 5 of the last 6 races, finishing 11th to 17th in all of them but one. They've had their struggles. They fell last week at Pikes Peak from 94 to 142 points behind Martin Truex in their fight for the NASCAR Busch Series Championship. And we go back and check on this race for 8th place, and a good one between Kenny Wallace in the 23 and Casey Atwood in the 14.
Atwood goes by in the 14, takes that spot away. We see Jason Kellner, 22. It was the right rear tire that was flat on that 22 car, and he had to make that unscheduled stop. He's now a lap down.
Keller in 20th place at the moment. Looks like it's going to be a 2-driver race coming down to the finish. Johnny Sauter, the dominant driver of the night, trying to catch Kyle Busch. Let's check on pit road with Marty.
This could get interesting, Alan. I think the clean air paid off like you thought, but seems like Sauter's kind of catching you guys.
Yeah, he's coming. It's going to be really tight. I tell you what, I can't say enough about this Lowe's team. We had a horrendous July, and we just keep digging, and I don't know. I got my fingers crossed here. I hope we can hold it out, but either way, it's been a great night for us.
He just came on the radio, said it's tight in the center. I don't know what's going wrong with the car right now. That was Kyle Busch on the radio. Mark?
I'm down here in Johnny Sauter's pit with crew chief Newmore. Newt, you got enough time to reel in Kyle Busch?
Yeah, we're getting him 2 to 3 laps at 2 or 3 tenths a lap. So we had a caution, it'd be great. But if we don't, I think we get him.
It's going to be close.
Oh, it is going to be close. 27 car. His car is so good, he's able to go on the bottom of the racetrack and get by these lap cars. Now the next car in front of him, the 5 car of Kyle Busch.
There's the gap, first to second, 12 laps to go. Johnny Sauter led 121 laps tonight. Kyle Busch now out front for 32. Sauter stopped at lap 131 for his tires. Kyle Busch was in at lap 112.
As a race car driver, where Sauter is right now, that's what you live for. You're behind, you're catching the guy, there's 10 laps to go, 12 laps hard, you're catching him. There's so much adrenaline right now going through him. That is so exciting, it's so fun to be part of, and especially if it works out for you.
See, that time Kyle Busch got the car a little bit loose off turn 2. What's going on with the 5 car, guys?
BP just came on the radio and said, tell me where he's running and his lap times. I want to know where he's at all times. So you wonder, BP, will the 19-year-old start mirror driving maybe a little too much?
Looks like he might be. I tell you what, Kyle Busch is driving that car as hard as he can, trying to stay in front of Johnny Sauter.
9 laps to go. And Sauter reeling him in bit by bit.
Just over a half second between the 2.
He doesn't want to see a caution now because there may not be enough laps left to get around him if Kyle gets a chance to cool those tires.
The best thing for Kyle is to pay attention to what his car is doing and what he needs to do. Once the 27 gets to him, then he can go and try to block him. But right now, if he can make the best lap time possible, that will delay when the 27 gets to him. He needs to be looking out of his front windshield, not the rear one. Just pay attention, get the crew chief to give him lap times, let him concentrate on making the best lap time possible.
Championship on the night, Martin Truex Jr. up to 4th place, as low as 38th after black flag for jumping the initial start. So he will protect most of his championship lead tonight, though Kyle Busch is running in front of him. 7 to go.
And Johnny Sauter is not gaining the last couple laps. The distance has remained at 2/3 of a second.
They ran into some traffic. I thought that hurt Sauter a little bit. I think the center of the corner, Johnny's car is so much faster than Kyle's car, and it's only a matter of time before he gets there. Getting there is one thing, passing is another, but it's going to be hard to hold him off.
This is a race for 3rd. Jason Leffler 00, and Martin Truex in the 8th. Not quite.
Doesn't get a lot better than this, does it?
Oh, it does.
A little drama, be good. Nothing's changed up front. Sauter still hanging about 3-4 car lengths behind Kyle Busch while we watch this race. Truex losing some ground there, and so Jason Leffler able to hold him off.
All right, here we go. And the 27 car, he got to this point to about a half second, and folks, he can't gain.
Going to be some lap traffic ahead. 4 laps to go. If the leaders catch the traffic, does it bottle up the leader? Does it give Johnny Sauter a chance to close the ground in a hurry and get by? First up will be the Ron Hornaday car, 3rd place driver in the championship. He gives way.
Kyle's car looks like it really started to run better. It looks like it really launches off the corner now, where he was struggling before. He really looks like when he starts off the corner, the thing really has good forward bite, and it'll get good traction and make speed.
Well, he's picked up a 1/4 of a second on Johnny Sauter in the last couple of laps.
And all of a sudden, Martin Truex has fallen off the pace. What's up there?
Hey, he came on the radio and said something's wrong. I think the motor's starting to go south. He said hang on to it, try and make it live to the end of the race.
All right. Coming to the white flag. Kyle Busch closing on lap traffic. Johnny Sauter not able to close on him yet. A final lap coming up at Indianapolis Raceway Park. White flag is out. Gives way. Blake Feast allowing the leaders to race through. Half a lap to go. 1 year ago, this Hendrick Motorsports team got a win at IRP with Brian Vickers. They went on to win the championship. Tonight, it's Kyle Busch with his 4th win of 2004 as he takes the Kroger 200 just about 3 car lengths ahead of Johnny Sauter.
Wow. Great race.
Greg Biffle only able to get back to 5th position after the late strategy call. And about a month and a half of tough weekends turn around tonight here in Indianapolis for Kyle Busch and the Hendrick Motorsports team. What a job.
We wondered if Johnny Sauter staying out would be able to pass all those cars after he finally made that pit stop. He was able to get by all of them but one.
It's a long way to go in a place like this where it's hard to pass.
I believe we have, instead of a Young Guns burnout, Kyle Busch is going to do a Terry Labonte-esque victory lap here.
Ooh.
Mark?
Well, we're down here with a couple of very happy people in the Lowe's Chevrolet pit. Lance McGrew, the crew chief for Kyle Busch. What do you think of those closing laps?
Awesome. I don't know what happened to the car. It started going away there the last few laps, and he got awful nervous, and we just kept trying to calm him down. But I lost the one in the pits for us last week, I think, and we definitely hope we made up for it this week.
Rick, it's good to have you back at the racetrack. I know it's been a tough couple of past weeks for you. How does it feel to be able at least to smile?
You know, I'll say hello to my mom back home, and this is the first race since my dad passed away and my aunt a couple of weeks ago, and we'll dedicate this one to Pop and thank the Lowe's guys, Kyle. This guy made a great call. So I want to thank everybody, all the fans, been so good to our family, and we lost a great part of our heart, but he's here with us now.
Thanks, Rick. Alan?
Hey, that's pretty impressive to do a flying burnout like that when you got one arm out the window holding the checkered flag.
I'm impressed.
That's some car control there.